This is Roger from EGMAT. On 2nd of December, we announced PACE. PACE was our personalized adaptive course engine that enabled you to create custom courses within, or that created custom courses for you within a Quant course. It's been 20 days since we launched PACE, and I'm very happy to announce that today we've reached upwards of 200,000 minutes of time saving. But before I go into the details, let's kind of talk about what PACE is. And to do that, I'll take the example that I took in the launch video. PACE is a tool that creates custom courses for you. So let's say you're this guy who's really good in quadratic equations, and so as you go through the algebra course, you learn in quadratic equations you have these two diagnostics. Because you're really good at them, you solve these diagnostics in very little time. Actually, we knew the answer, so that's why we simulated a scenario. But you score 100%. Because you score 100%, PACE tells you that you don't need to go through the concept files, and it reduces that 12 activity course into merely a 4 activity course. Now, PACE is intelligent. So here's another example of where you miss certain concepts in simplifying algebraic expressions. So you scored 60%. So PACE could look at it, could identify the questions that you got right and the ones that you solved incorrectly, and could recommend that you skip the first 3 concepts and that you go through concepts 4 and 5. So it's not just a system that acts purely on scores. It also can understand the content of the questions that you've attempted correctly and where you've made a mistake on, and accordingly create that personalized course for you. So with that, let's go to some of the stats here. So again, PACE stands for our personalized adaptive course engine. And PACE users have saved upwards of 200,000 minutes in 20 days. So that's about 10,000 minutes a day, give or take, which means that you're talking about upwards of 3,500 hours saved in redundant prep. Now, why is this important? Why? Because every 10 hours that you can get back and you can invest in the right areas improves your score by about 10 points. And the difference in this time saved could be the difference between a 730 and a 760, or a difference between an admit to an M7 school versus a reject from a similar school or so. For those of you who are applying to T20 schools, this could be the difference between an admit without any scholarship or one with a full tuition. In terms of how many students did we impact, about 800 students benefited from PACE time savings. About 2,000 students actually took diagnostics on which the PACE actions were applicable. Let's go into some of the basic stats. So this is a stat that Abhi, who's our CTO, he actually pulled a report where you can really see this is again in terms of how much time saved and how many total PACE actions are there. Now overall you can see about 209,000 minutes saved, about 5,500 total PACE actions, and in terms of unique PACE activity actions, about 783 students were impacted. Now, if we trend this up, you can see how this trends. There were days where people saved about upwards of 12,000 minutes. This is when we launched the course, and we truly enabled people on the 3rd of December. And you can see now we are at that point where we're saving, students are saving upwards of 12,000, 13,000 minutes a day or so. In terms of number of students, you can see how many students benefit every day from PACE, and then you can see that number consistently. Now, yes, 800 students still benefited from it, but there were about 20 students who saved upwards of 60 hours, and about 100 students who saved more than 8 hours on this. So I mean, these people benefited incredibly, and they're going to continue to benefit. This is just the time savings. These are the time savings that you've gotten in just about 20 days. As PACE sets in more and more, use it, you'd benefit from PACE. And I'm looking to that around the 10th of February timeframe when we'll hit that 1 million minute mark. And I need all your help on it. So if you're an EGMAT student, go attempt the Quant course as it comes in your study journey, and let us hit that 1 million mark in the next 40 days or so. So as I always say, happy learning.